What's up, my Fina loves? It's Miss Fina D coming to you all from Fina Team and News. So once again, today we are talking about this whole $4,000 mess between Phaedra and Dr. G and who do you believe in all of that. So before we get into what happened at the reunion, let's run it back real quick when Phaedra and Quad and Heavenly had that conversation on Instagram Live, and then Heavenly happened on her YouTube channel with Carlos King and also talking about it. And then we're going to get into the lies from Phaedra Parks at the Married to Medicine Season 10 reunion.
In a song about, you can get a piece of my love, like everybody can get a piece of their love. An ongoing joke was that Greg had been with everybody on the couch, starting with Phaedra. My analogy was he couldn't afford Phaedra. Phaedra is too bougie. She want to be flued out to get some chicken in Paris, right?
Okay.
So when you got with Quad, you kind of came down off the money part, and you said, okay, I can take this bitch to Ruth Chris. You know what I mean? Because she just want a nice steak. She might go to, Nobu, something like that, where Martell didn't pay that place. Maybe take her there. And then he got Sweet Tea, and I kept saying, she just want to go to the place that you throw the peanuts on the floor. What is it called? So,
not the pistachios.
What is that restaurant? Because that's all she wants.
That's called, it's something with the pumpkin, the seeds.
Ponderosa, I think. I don't know. I ain't never been there, but it's a cheap ass restaurant that get them cheap ass steaks, and you throw the peanuts on the floor. So the ongoing joke is Greg is the man because he done been with Phaedra, Quad, and that Sweet Tea.
When you say he's been with Phaedra, what do you mean?
They used to date.
But, did they do other stuff or no?
They say they didn't. Phaedra is Phaedra, so you don't know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but no, I don't think they did, because I did ask Dr. G and he said no. So no, but they did date. But initially, Phaedra's like, no, I would never date Greg. I would never date him. I don't date. No, I didn't date him. I said, oh, you didn't date him?
I would never date what?
Dr. G. Like that was beneath her. Like I said, but I heard y'all dated. She said, well, we may have dated. You just said you didn't date. She said, well, we ain't never much as held hands. We ain't never held hands. And then she said, I said, well, Dr. G say y'all had, well, we might have held hands. Okay. Every time I asked her a question, it was like she would renege it. And then I say, well, next thing y'all know, y'all will be humping and sweating, because every time I ask you a question, the answer change. I don't think they slept together. I think they were friends. Let Quad tell it. She said it on the live that Phaedra asked him for a monetary donation monthly, and it didn't happen, so the relationship didn't happen.
Did Phaedra admit to that?
Phaedra ain't never admitted to it, but Dr. G did.
What did Dr. G say?
He said that, yes, she asked me for $4,000 a month.
Phaedra asked Dr. G for $4,000 a month when they were dating?
This was 20-something years ago, but yes. And he said he wasn't going to do it, so they didn't have it. I mean, you got to pay to play. That's what I think. I ain't telling y'all nothing that hadn't been said.
You already know me, Miss Detailed Vina. To add some context for those of you who missed it, let me go ahead and play that part of the Instagram Live with Quad and Phaedra that Dr. Heavenly is referring to.
But I do want people to know that Phaedra was very good.
But no, and I mean, I told you when he got engaged, I called you and said, Gregory.
No. We were on the phone together. Yeah, and you were how I found out. Yeah. I didn't know a thing.
Exactly.
And I said, I'm gonna go over here and put a comment. And you said, you know what, you should. And I meant what I said. I want them to be happy, but I want both of them to get what they need and desire out of a relationship. I don't want it to just be one-sided, because I know how that feels. Mm-hmm. But like I said, if people think that I have animosity with this baby girl, I don't at all. The tea is I gave him to the streets and she picked him up in the DM. It's really that simple. And so
Phaedra used to date him and she gave him to the streets too.
Here you go. Oh, messy Heavenly. Oh, messy.
That's what the people said. I was reading it.
I did not date him in a romantic way. I was the first person he met when he came to Atlanta, Georgia. And we have been out to dinner many a times. I have been his wing woman. I know every woman he ever dated.
Well, do you know the woman he cheated on me with?
Don't know her. I don't know.
Don't know. But baby, but I just asked the question since we
No, I don't know that woman.
But no, he did. The reason that came from him, like he literally told me that you all had dated, and then you had asked him for like $4,000 a month. He said he had to clip the wings, child. He said he couldn't fly that way, child. He couldn't fly that way.
Yeah, okay. Well, and I asked him about that on the show too when you said that. I sure asked him, and he did not. He did not say that.
I don't have a reason to make up lies, honey. I live in the truth. I live in the truth, and I live in the truth.
Well, so I don't know, but Dr. Gregory's been a great friend to me, and it is what it is.
So no, seriously, you said you didn't think Quad and him were a good match, right?
I did think they were a good match.
Why didn't you think it was a good match?
Well, after y'all had that fight.
Now that we got all of that out of the way, before I get to what Phaedra said at the reunion, let me just quickly say this. This whole conversation that Heavenly had about Bougie and Paris, and he downgraded to Quad and then to Letitia, is a hot mess. I don't know why she's behaving like Dr. G asked this woman out in 2024. Over 20 years ago, the Real Housewives of Atlanta wasn't even a show. Over 20 years ago, the $10,000 that Phaedra Parks is claiming, one of my purses cost 10 grand. What am I going to do with 4 grand? Over 20 years ago, that 4 grand could have not only paid her mortgage, bought her a few purses over. So I'm not sure why Phaedra Parks in the Heavenly or anyone is behaving like over 20 years ago she was on the level that she's on now. Matter of fact, no shade to Apollo. This man been minding his business since he's been out. He's been staying out of trouble. Hopefully, he's remarried. And no shade to any of the convicted felons that came home and changed their lives and are doing better. But I apologize for the stray in advance. But why is Heavenly and anybody else behaving like a woman who had kids and got married to Apollo wouldn't want to date Dr. G? A woman who got pregnant before she got married to the convicted felon rushed her wedding. That's why she couldn't tell a decent due date, because she was aware that had people, do the math. Then it was like, girl, you got pregnant before, and we don't care. You're an adult. Do your thing, okay? It's just that because she's so judgmental to others and was always projecting, she had to pretend that didn't happen. So if she would marry Apollo and collect money out of the parking lot, behind that car on the Real Housewives of Atlanta from clients, then Dr. G is an upgrade. Okay? Anyways, Dr. G is like, listen, if I'm dating you or about to marry you, whatever, if I want to take care of you, that's my choice. If I want to be there for you, that's my choice. If you ask me for help as your man and I have it, I will provide it. But you don't get to put a number on it and tell me this is how much you have to pay me to date you, as if we're having certain exchange, and you know what I mean. I'm not going to go there. So during the reunion, Andy turned to Heavenly, Phaedra, and Quad in their direction, and he said, Quad, Heavenly had a lot to say about the things she told her about Phaedra, how Phaedra is a mess, she's lying a lot, and I'm like, the lying part? Who's surprised? Then he said, care to explain or answer to that? Quad said she did not say it like that, but as far as the lying part, her ex-husband, Dr. G, is saying that they dated, and Phaedra is saying they didn't, so that is a lie. So that's when Andy turned to Phaedra and decided to clarify all of this. Summarizing, because you would get to see the entire reunion when it comes out, okay? But basically, Heavenly was included in that because Heavenly did say that Phaedra lied a lot and the truth is not in that B word. And when Heavenly said, I said that, they wrote a clip and she said that. So to bring an end to the conversation, Phaedra Parks said, if I did ask the man for $4,000 a month, obviously he didn't have it and y'all both married him. Now it's if. And that's why people are sick and tired of the constant lies. First it never happened, nothing romantic, we dated. Then it was, we never held hands, kissed, or did anything. Then it went to, we possibly held hands, but nothing beyond that happened. Absolutely not. I never asked for $4,000. He even denied it when I asked him. Now she's saying if I did ask him for $4,000. Or let's go back to the hand holding. She couldn't just admit I held his hand. What is this big deal? You are an adult. Like, why do you lie so much? There might be some overlapping going on because Phaedra said that she's known Apollo since high school. Doesn't mean they dated since then, but she's known him since high school. And she's trying to free herself up because if she admits to having something romantic with Dr. G, depending on the time frame, she doesn't want to find herself in a situation where it was like, oh, so you were dating Apollo and dating me or whatever, whoever she was dating at that time. Which will not allegedly be her first time. The people who talk the most crap about other people and lie on people, they be projecting. When Phaedra was saying, oh, I'm not going to date anyone until I'm divorced. Girl, bye. Remember that episode when she and Candy met up and Candy exposed her? And Candy said, you were already talking to other people before your husband even went to prison. When we would talk, you would be like, you were already ready to marry somebody else by the new year. Exactly. Candy spilled her tea because she kept coming for Candy. And Candy said, I'm sick of protecting you. We're not friends anymore. And Candy spilled her tea. So basically, if I simply just say we went out to dinner and not make a big deal about it, then if, just in case, time frames were to overlap, I can be like, well, I didn't cheat or do anything inappropriate because he was just my friend and we just went out. Because, like Heavenly said, the truth is not in her, and it's not because she's been caught in so many lies on this show already. Like, it's so disgusting how she can't just be honest. Just tell the truth and move on. She also went into, black folks, when we say dating, sometimes people go straight to, something intimate is going on. And then she made the same hand gesture that she made when she was insinuating that Shamia and Candy were doing the do, if you know what I mean. And so she was like, I just want to clarify, nothing intimate happened and all of that. And then, like I said, Andy Cohen saying, is the truth not in you, Phaedra? Really? You asking her that? Like I said previously, after everything she did on that show, the lies, not only just on Candy, but Kenya Moore, ex-husband, coming out and saying that they lied for a storyline for a check. You have the nerve to ask her, is the truth? Now, I know Andy was just doing that to get a rise out of people because you of all people know this woman is dangerous and she's a liar. And the fact that you're so obsessed with her and constantly wants to bring her back on this platform is crazy to me. But anyways, this video was longer, but I'm over it. I'm over the conversation. I'm over who did what. But this is a segment where Heavenly lied on Dr. G, and then she caught herself and fixed it because she said when he came out, he made things uncomfortable. They were arguing, going back and forth, and he said, maybe I should have paid her $4,000 and we will be together, and who knows what could have happened with his wife sitting right there. And I'm like, yeah, I know Dr. G be saying some of the craziest stuff. He just doesn't know how to, say things sometimes. But anyways, regardless, we will watch and see what happened, with all of that. But I wish all of you well and take care. My loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also, turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.